You have probably done this before. You sit near a fire, maybe at a campsite, maybe beside a fireplace, maybe just watching a video of flames on a screen, and for some reason, your eyes do not want to leave. Nothing is really happening. The flame bends left, then right. A little orange tongue appears. It disappears. A spark jumps. The wood cracks. And suddenly, 5 minutes are gone. So why does fire feel so hypnotic? The obvious answer is warmth. Humans like fire because fire keeps us warm. And yes, that is part of it, but it cannot be the whole answer, because people stare at fire even when they are already warm. People stare at birthday candles. They stare at fireplaces through glass. They stare at campfire videos online. They stare at little digital flames on screens that produce no heat at all. So maybe the real reason is not just in your skin. Maybe it is in your brain. Your eyes are built to notice motion. Long before streetlights, phones, or television, a sudden movement in the dark could be important. It could be food, it could be danger, it could be another person. So the human attention system became very good at asking one question over and over. What just moved? Fire is almost perfect for that system. It never stays still, but it also never becomes completely random. A flame changes shape every second, yet it remains the same thing. It is unpredictable enough to hold attention, but predictable enough not to feel like a threat. That is a rare combination. Most things are either boring because they do not change, or stressful because they change too much. Fire sits in the middle. It gives your brain a stream of tiny surprises. A flicker, a glow, a crack, a shadow, a spark. Each one says, "Look here." But none of them demands that you solve a difficult problem. It is attention without effort. And that may be why fire can feel calming. One small study found that watching and hearing a simulated fire was linked with decreases in blood pressure in some conditions. That does not mean fire is magic medicine. It simply suggests that a hearth-like scene can push some people toward a more relaxed state. But the deeper reason may be much older than relaxation. Worse so. For most of human history, night was not just dark. Night was poor in information. You could not see far. You could not read the shape of the ground. You could not easily see who was approaching. The world became smaller, and the unknown moved closer. Then fire changed the night. A campfire created a bright center. It made faces visible. It made hands visible. It made the edge of the group easier to understand. It warmed bodies. It cooked food. It hardened tools. It scared away some animals. And it turned an open patch of ground into a place. To an ancient brain, fire was not decoration. Fire meant the group is here. Fire meant the dark has a border. Fire meant someone is awake. So when your eyes lock onto flames today, part of the attraction may be that fire is an ancient safety signal. It is movement that says life is still happening. It is light that says the night is not completely in control. But fire did something even stranger. It did not only change survival, it changed time. Before artificial light, sunset could end the useful part of the day. But fire stretched the evening. It created extra hours when people were no longer hunting, gathering, walking, or building. They were sitting. And when humans sit together, they talk. Research on firelight conversations among Zhuangzi communities found a powerful difference between daytime and nighttime talk. Daytime conversations were often more practical: food, work, conflict, plans, problems. But at night, around firelight, conversation leaned much more towards stories, social information, singing, and imagination. That is important. Because a fire does not just give light, it gives everyone the same focus. People sit in a circle, all facing the same glowing center. Nobody has to stare directly at another person the whole time. The fire gives the eyes somewhere gentle to rest while the mind listens. That may be one reason stories belong so naturally around fire. And is one sansi doing sao. A flame is like a moving blank page. You can watch it while someone speaks. You can think without looking away. You can feel present without doing anything. In that circle, a child could learn who was brave, who was foolish, which plant was dangerous, where the animals moved, why a rule mattered, or what happened to someone who ignored a warning. The fire held the group. The story held the memory. And together, they help turn a night into culture. This is why fire feels different from most objects. A rock can be useful. A spear can be important. A shelter can protect you. But fire moves like it is alive. It eats. It breathes. It grows. It dies if no one cares for it. That made fire more than a tool. It became something humans had to watch. If the fire was too small, it might go out. If it was too large, it might spread. If the wood was wrong, it might smoke. Fire asked for attention, and in return it gave heat, light, food, and safety. For thousands and thousands of years, watching fire was not a waste of time. It was maintenance, it was protection, it was social life, and eventually it became comfort. The comfort never fully disappeared. Today, we live under electric lights. We cook with hidden heat. We press a button and rooms become warm. We do not need a flame in the center of the room to survive the night, but our attention still recognizes it. That is why a candle can make a dinner feel different. It is why a fireplace makes a room feel more alive. It is why a campfire can make strangers speak more softly. It is why a simple flame on a screen can still pull your eyes, even though you know it is only pixels. Your brain is not just seeing light. It is seeing motion. It is seeing warmth. It is seeing a center. It is seeing one of the oldest signs of human togetherness. So the next time you catch yourself staring into fire, do not think of it as doing nothing. In a strange way, you are doing something very old. You are watching the dark move back. You are watching a tiny piece of ancient night. And maybe humans do not stare at fire because it burns. Maybe we stare because, for a very long time, fire meant the story could begin. Alright, if this made fire feel a little weirder than it did 5 minutes ago, hit the like button. And if you want more simple explanations of things we almost never question, subscribe, drop a comment, and tell me what ordinary thing we should explain next. Peace.